Oopsie daisy, I forgot to do this already, so let's do this now. And this one now. And everything is good now. Okay, right? Oh, wow, okay, I never noticed I'm doing that. Is that a new thing? Interesting. Okay, well, it seems like I am now alive, or transmitting live anyway. And it says that the stream health is excellent, and there we go. What do you know? Oops, let me move this. This is in the way of the fucking... Hey, Rich, how's it going, man? Good to see you. Thanks for showing up. I was just about to think about playing some Mastermind because I didn't think anybody else was here yet. So, but... Did you have a good Christmas, Rich? Okay, I think maybe I will play some Mastermind. So let's switch over to here. Hey, Frank, how's it going, man? Happy holidays to you, too. Hey, Nubby, how's it going? Yeah, so far, so good. So let's do this. Ding, 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 go. Okay. Ding, 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 go. Let's add the yellow. So which one? I'm going to say the yellow one. Let's move the red and the blue just to see. Add the green. Well, green's out. Let's say it was probably the yellow. I'm going to say it's the red. I'm going to put the blue over here. This might not be right, but you know, it seems to be fitting the scoring as it is, or the grading, or whatever you call it. Okay, that was good. And now this one. And let's add the white. No, it's not white. It's either going to be black or purple then, isn't it? Obviously. All right, we'll do the black one. What do you know? There you go. Yeah, I'm doing well. Thanks, Rich. Anybody else got it? No, well, I guess I'm caught up with the comments. Okay. I don't know. I mean, I guess the way that I do whispering or soft speaking is I don't know. I can't answer. I don't know how to answer that. It was that Eamon Mile? I don't know. Sorry if I can't pronounce your name properly. I mean, it'd be nice for me to just say, I'll just do that for the next video, but the truth is when I'm doing videos, I'm pretty unaware of my voice a lot of times. I mean, except for when I go, oh, soft speaking or whispering, but that's kind of it. It's like flipping a switch between soft speaking and whispering. Getting any more detailed than that sometimes is, you know, I don't know. I don't always hit the mark. You'd think I'd be better at it by now, but okay, yellow's got to be in one of these. Nope, still not that. So yellow has to be here. Red more or less has to go there. Blue has to go there. So what? Well, we got those ones anyway. Well, there was no real choice logically, so they had to be there. And nope, so it's purple. Wait, what did I miss? Who did I miss? We did the reds, we did the blues, I did yellow. Red, blue, yellow, right? Red, blue, yellow, red, blue, yellow. Green's out. I didn't do pink. I skipped pink. Okay. That's what happened. There we go. Oh, 3 pigs too. Yeah. You know, I don't know, I might do more readings eventually, but They're just not popular. You're one of the few people that seem to really like the reading stories. So here we go. We got one red. Let's throw in the blues. One red and one blue. I'll just start there arbitrarily. No, well, the red is there, but the blue is not found yet. Okay, well, we know green has to go there. And we also know that blue has to go here. And, okay, that's what I did before last time. I accidentally skipped the pink, isn't it? Hey, what do you know? Let's do another one, I guess. And blue. Okay, yellow goes there. That's easy enough. Okay, so which of the two greens? How about this one? All right, do it like that. And do it like that. Nope, okay, so I got the wrong green. Let's do that. Let's do this. Let's do that. And it wasn't pink, so let's try white. Nope, let's try the black one. Hey, what do you know? And there's red, blue. We have a blue one. Okay. Well, it's not the blue one, obviously. So let's pick that yellow one to try out for now, I guess. Hey, well, I was lucky again. So which green? Let's still try the left one. Just arbitrarily, I usually choose to go left to right, and we'll do pink after green. Nope, so it was the wrong green again. Let's try white this time. Or not this time, but I try the right. Excuse me, the white. And then we'll try the green here. And then, well, we're not trying the green. We know the green goes there. Hey, what do you know? The weather here today was actually pretty good, Rich. It has been rainy for the past few days, at least over here. I don't know. I mean, I assume it's been, yeah. Oops, holy crap. Banging stuff around, Bill. Don't be doing that. Yeah, today here it's been okay. I had to go, well, I went and the past couple of weeks have been kind of hectic, so I didn't get around to getting up my occultation tarps and planting in the wildflower seeds, but I missed my window of opportunity. So the wildflower seeds will wait until probably March to get planted. So I pulled up the tarps today and just put them in the backyard. And I'm going to put them back down probably sometime in February and then do another 6 weeks. And then, holy mackerel, are they all going to be the last 4? No, we have green here, okay. And I haven't done any weeding in a long time in the one little spot where I've already been planting flowers, so. And so, let's put the white there, let's say the green there, and let's move the pink over one, and put in the black one. No, all right, so which two? Oh, we know green goes here, and, well, this can't be right then, can it? So, let's say the white goes here, we'll say the pink goes here, and we'll say the black goes here. Nope, got them all wrong there. Okay, so let's go around this way then. Say the white goes here. was the black one that was correct before, right? Yeah, what do you know? Hey, Kate Manda, how's it going? Nice to see you here. Oh, yeah, here we go. 30's there in Detroit. Yikes. Oh, what's it? My brother-in-law was watching wasn't there just a football game in Detroit, or was it Minnesota? I don't know. I don't really follow football anymore, so I mean, not since my 20s or something, I probably. All right, Stal, so go ahead. I missed that comment from before, sorry about that. Try that anyway. Oh yeah, I do Wordle every morning. So you clearly haven't watched me play Octortle or any of that nonsense then. I'll have to play some Octortle then. Yeah, you know, I'm going to go, I feel, let's do that. Let me go get that set up, and then I'll switch to it. So let me go here, and I'm going to do this. I'm going to say that. Let's move this over to here for the moment, like that. Let's go. Oh, I played today's dailies, didn't I? Dang it. Let me double check that. Yes, I did. Okay, so I'm going to have to play the free games of Octortle. If you haven't seen Octortle, it's Wordle, but you're doing 8 games at the same time. New game. Now let me get over to here. Let me get to here. I'm going to need to switch this now. Not to this one. Where is it at? Here we go. Octortle. Here we go. I need to shrink myself, don't I? There we go. So I'm just this tiny little creep over here in the corner. All right, let's do this like this. And you know what I think I need to do? Yeah, let's bring that up a bit. Like that so you guys can see the keyboard. I'm going to want to shrink this too because it's covering the board too, isn't it? And move it up a bit. That's good enough. I think that's out of everybody's way now. Okay, here we go. How much time do I have? 7 minutes and 35 seconds. I can play a few games of this probably in that amount of time. So I typically do cushy joint freak because those are my typical starting words for those who are new, because it gives me 25, well, it gives me 15 unique letters and it covers all my vowels. So I'm gonna, is that gonna be prank, drank? That one might be sleek, it might be a lot of things. So that's gonna be toast or boast. All right, we're gonna put in plum. And sleek, mossy, it's not plank, it's probably drank. Is that going to be inept? That's spear. Oh no, it's not spree, okay. And that's not boast, so it's probably going to be toast. Oops. Nasal, and what's this going to be? 1, 2, so I have the I-R-E, there's 3 in the D. I'll probably drive, yeah. Oh no, it can't be that. What are we doing here then? Ridge? Alright, there we go. Okay. Let me move this out of the way. Let me see the comments here. I think I missed them. Okay, wait. You've known about me for years. All right. Well, cool. Thank you, Paul. I'm glad you found it. Tiny Bill, right? Tiny little creep in the corner. Oh, that's great. Hey, Rob. How you doing, man? Okay, let's do, I'll play another 1 or 2 of these and then I'll start doing some triggers. Well, you know what? I'll just play this till the first break, and then I'll do triggers after that. Oops, I'm in the wrong thing here. There. All right, there we go. She going freak. There we go. And so fetch. Oops. And ranch. That's probably what doing. We'll come back to that. That's shack. I'm not sure what that is right now. And what is that? CA cast. All right, what do we have in these? All right, I'm going to do plum, of course, just because it gets me 4 new consonants. Oh yeah, I do Nordle sometimes too. What am I doing here? Lapel. And linen, probably. Probably binge. And doing. Oops, no. Going. Those things, man, sometimes I just, yeah, sometimes when you have the double letter things sometimes get me. We got time for probably one more. And snack. Oops. Shake. I'm not seeing that one there. Right? Probably clean. Flash. Lefty. Well, that would be me. Not, as far as my use of my hands, but, politics, I suppose. What is that one? Raspy? Yeah, oops. Hey, Pop the Tart, how's it going? Great name, by the way. Rundy Studios. Yeah, it's just 2. Oh, I'm sorry, you were not wondering if I played it, but if that's, there's just 8 of them, and it just stays 8. Sorry, I misunderstood what your comment was about. And this is going to be what? Mauve, maybe? No, okay, so what have I got? What is that? No. Oh, it's Gotti with a Y, isn't it? Oops. There we go. And yeah, how much time? A minute and whatever. Let's see if I can get one more in before the break. And so, that's going to be what? Deity? Enemy, probably. Taste, waste, paste, man. All right, let's put in plum. Based. Brace. Crate. That was a nice thing there. CR caper. What's this one? Is that going to be a boat or adobe? What's the other one over here? Vague, probably. Yep, okay, so this is either a Bode or Adobe. All right, let's try a Bode. Nope, Adobe. Okay, and we're inside under a minute, so I'm going to do this. Back to this bit here. Get this over here. And we'll just sit here and I'll babble about something, I don't know, for 30-odd seconds or so. Actually, I'm going to have a little sip of water. So for those of you I didn't see Thursday night, how was your Christmases? Or I suppose even those of you I saw on Thursday, you could If you didn't say something Thursday, or if you did, you could repeat yourself. That's okay. Wow, there's like a 10-second delay between what gets transmitted and what shows up on my monitor from YouTube. In any case, so it's break time. I will see you guys in a couple of minutes. Yeah, there we are. We're back. So where am I going to start this morning as far as trigger this morning? Man, what was that, Bill? It's not this morning, man. It's this evening. Tonight, right? Okay, so let's do what? Mic brushing. Shall we do some microphone brushing? And I'll just start with on this side for now. I'm glad you found me, and I'm glad you like the videos you lose. Oh, well, there's people upstairs. It sounds like somebody's... It sounds like a chair creaking. How many people we got so far? 15, it says. Yeah. Brushing on the microphone. Just a little bit of brushing on the microphone. Just a little bit of brushing on the microphone. Yeah, I'll switch to the other mic again for a little while. And we're brushing on the microphone a little bit. 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 And we're brushing on this microphone for a little bit. And brushing on the microphone a little bit. Okay. Heebie-jeebie, Bill. Banging into things. Okay, I'm going to do that if I can manage it in my lack of coordination. So I will whisper over here while I attempt to brush over there. And I will whisper over here while I attempt to brush over there. And I will whisper over here while I brush over there. going to switch to the other side. Oopsie daisy. Oops. Banging stuff around again. Let's move this. It's causing my green screen thing to get all fucking out of whack. There we go. Stop banging stuff, Bill. Alright, now what I'm doing, I'm brushing over here. Let me see if I can do it with my left hand over there. My lack of coordination, right? And a little whisper over here while I brush over there. And I will whisper over here while I brush over there. Oops. While I brush over there, I will whisper over here. And I will whisper softly over here while I'm brushing over there. I'm whispering over here. Brushing over there. Whispering over here while I'm brushing over there. Whispering over here while I'm brushing over there. Whispering over here, but brushing over there. Whispering over here and brushing over there. Whispering over here. 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 And I'll switch over again. I'll do a little bit of it. Hey, Squiz Taylor, how's it going? Thanks for coming by. I'm gonna soft speak here a little, as well as maybe do a little bit of whispering. And do a little bit of soft speaking. And I'll slow the brushing down, I guess. Try to keep my tendency to get a little too antsy at bay, and I can. Hey, MSC. Well, now, I'm not going to be doing it on OnlyFans, MSC. I'm going to be doing it on Patreon. I've already had conversations with them about, what kind of not safe for work content I can actually put on their platform. I actually had somebody send me a message along those lines, because I know I've talked about maybe doing some adult kind of, reading of stories, like from, Victorian erotica kind of thing, and putting that on the Patreon. And I just haven't got around to doing it, But anyway, so somebody sent me a message, and it's like, email, direct message, whatever. I guess it was email, yeah. Suggesting that if I did do not safe for work content that was Patreon, like where I was naked, that they would actually be wanting to see it, because they did think, even though I was an older man, that I was attractive. Which is good for my ego, I suppose, but, yeah. I don't know, I'm not really, well, when I played in bands many, many years ago, this is back in the 80s, 1980s, right? I guess, well, no, this never happened in the 90s, so I'm just going to say in the 80s, although I did play in bands in the 90s too, but I have been in various phases of undress on stage before, so My package has been on display in public before. Hey, Nasal Penny, you're here. Thanks for coming. I just had a thought. MSE, you were telling me, I guess it was Thursday, wasn't it? We were talking about my issues with my leak, and you were saying I'm never going to get the solution I want doing, the paint that I'm doing because of the situation I'm in. And it just dawned on me just now, when I bought that stuff, I also bought a clean brush for it, a paintbrush. And it just dawned on me, if I'm not going to do that because it's not going to ever work for me properly, then I should go find that brush, and I'll have another brush that I can use for ASMR stuff. Hey, Hong Kong, how's it going? Well, shall somebody have an adult conversation with Rob? I have to say, it kind of makes sense, MSE, when you told me what you told me last time, but I have to admit that it was really disappointing that it was like, I was feeling like, oh, if I just painted that stuff on there, it would just stop the problem and it would go away, but oh well. Prince Leafy, hey. Merry Christmas to you as well, Prince Leafy. What time is it getting to be? Oh, we still have just under 8 minutes, so I'm just debating whether or not I want to switch to another trigger for a minute or two. Yeah, let's do a different trigger. Alright, what do I want to do? Let's do tapping on the good old chunk of wood. As usual, starting out with just the pads of my fingers. Oh, how dirty are my fingers. I was out in the yard today. They're not bad. They're not horribly good either. Do a little tapping on the good old chunk of wood. Tapping away. And tapping away. And we're 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 tapping away. Well, I'm glad you could make it. Good. Glad you could make it. If you don't mind, I'm just going to call you Dark Oats just because it's a very long name. Yeah, that makes absolute sense to me, MSE. I mean, I'm not sure why it didn't dawn on me before I spent the money on the thing, but... Well, one thing does come to mind. I suppose, well, I mean, I guess I could, like you say, to do the thing, Rob, and, it's a, I suppose on one hand a procrastinative effort. The other thing is if I could do it and know for sure that it would go, like if I knew where it would go, you know what I mean, then I could strategize, because there's plenty of house that way that's on the other side of another wall. You know what I mean? So if the water would just go that way on the other side of that wall that way, then I'd be fine. Great sentiment, Rob. Thank you. I suppose I could just get one of those squeegees, like a floor squeegee, and some old-fashioned galoshes, you know what I mean, and just not bother with it. Yeah, ShamWow. Where are we at? 3.5 minutes, okay. Well, let me switch to the other microphone. I've only been tapping over there, haven't I? Well, in, what is it, the Divine Comedy, right? That's the Dante thing, yeah. I'm pretty sure that the bottom is ice, which implies a fair amount of moisture. Although you can make ice out of things other than H2O, right? I mean, if you're just using the word ice to mean, something that we're used to seeing as a liquid now, as solid because of the temperature, pressure, whatever. Oh, I just saw your comment about your name change possibility, Darko's. It's a long name, which I find, awkward for me to say over, on live stream. But otherwise, I find it very amusing. I think it's a cool name. But I mean, yeah, if you want to change it, man. I'm not going to tell you what to do. Well, see, the thing is, I don't think pumping, Rob, is really because that kind of came up, I think it was Thursday, right? The problem of it is it's just like a couple of gallons of water that gets spread out over the floor. And there's a few spots, like where the concrete, because it's not perfectly, flat and, like some perfect plane or smooth piece of glass or marble or something, right? It kind of undulates a little bit, and there's these little low spots where there's these little puddles, I guess you would call them. Yeah, I mean, that's what they are, really. And so it's really just a nuisance and an annoyance. Well, that, and it does, depending on how cold it is, it can make it colder in here. Well, it also depends on the rain that came down. If it's just normal California rain, it makes it cooler or colder in here. But man, a couple of times last winter, there were some storms that we got really bad when it was the atmospheric river nonsense. And a couple of times that water was really cold. It was like ice water. And it was really, really not good. But anyway, I am 60 as far as, yeah. That's it. Abdul Munim Ahmadi. I'll just call you Abdul if that's all right. And I'm doing okay. How do I feel about music streaming services and algorithms gathering a person's taste in music and exposing them to artists? James, I have switched from, I used to listen to Pandora just because it was the one I found first years ago. And I've switched to Spotify precisely because of that. Spotify responds better to like my likes, like when I click, things I like and that kind of thing. So yeah, I'm okay with that. You know. Yeah, you know what? It's kind of because I had the computer hassle. Oh, the break thing went off and I didn't even notice it. Yikes! How long has that been like that? Okay, I'm gonna take a break. I'll be right back. Back to here. I guess I didn't miss the thing by that much then, because there's 18 and yeah, roughly a minute or so. That's not too horrible. Anyway, what was I talking about before I got so jumpy about my thing going? Oh, I was talking about the Spotify thing. Yeah, when I had the computer catastrophe and I lost all my logins and all that kind of crap, included was my Spotify stuff, and so I just made a new Spotify account, and it's taking it forever to reteach it. Yeah, I've never used Apple Music, so I'm not sure what to make about that, Darkouts. Codebreaker. Do you mean Mastermind? I played some Mastermind earlier. I might play a little bit more again. I don't know. Actually, we just started a new segment. I could go play a little bit more Mastermind. Sure, why not? What is my Spotify Wrapped? Do you mean my name or something? I'm not even sure. I think it's something like Bill with a beard or something like that. Oops, I didn't want to do that. Come back here. I want to do this. I want to put this over here. And I want to move. Not this, I want this. Okay, so I want to go to... Alright, I'm going to go to gaming, and I'm going to switch this from Octortle to this one. Doink, doink, doink. Let me go back to here, and let's start a new game. And old bits on your first channel about Cobra. Oh yeah, that was a long time ago. I can't play that one anymore because it doesn't. Neither of my. I either use Brave or Firefox as my browser, and it's got all kinds of weird rendering issues in the browser. I'm not sure exactly what happened, but I think that's the same thing that happened with me with Sokoban as well. I don't think anybody's really maintaining the sites, So as things change and move, I think they're just falling apart. Oh, I see what you mean. Your year wrapped. I haven't even looked at it. I don't know. I could just go look at it, I suppose. Give me a quick sec. I'm going to go back. Hang on. If I'm going to do that, let me do this. Let's switch this back to here. See, looking at me doing that. Let me go to here. Let me go to here. Right, that's going to be fine, I think. I'll do this like this. And I'm not even sure where to look for this thing. I'll have to look at it later because I don't see it. I don't use it on the phone, so I don't have I don't use my phone for anything really other than texting and telephoning. I mean, a couple of times I've used it to take pictures and stuff when it was the most convenient thing to do. But yeah, I don't know. My guess is it's probably somebody like the band Can, or I like African Head Charge a lot. Actually, it's probably African Head Charge now that I say that. They're kind of a dub reggae sort of a thing that I started listening to back in the early 80s. They're really crazy cool. Maybe Ornette Coleman. Although, I don't know, maybe, because I do listen to I was going to say it could be somebody like Led Zeppelin, but it's not going to be. It would be Jeff Beck before it would be Led Zeppelin, just because I've been listening to a lot of Jeff Beck lately. Yeah, so I don't know, probably somebody like that. I mean, because sometimes the other thing I like about Spotify is I can tell in an album that it'll play it. Like I was really interested in hearing the album Tin Drum by Japan, and that's how I discovered it. And I went, I wonder what'll happen if I just type in Tin Drum, and it came up. I pushed play, and wow, there it is, Tin Drum, one of my favorite bands my favorite albums by Japan, which I can't listen to anymore because I don't have a CD player. Except for now, I can. Oh yeah, I'll play I'll tell you what, I will do this segment, will just be all games. I'll play a little bit of Mastermind, and then I'll play the K Diamonds. So yes, Kate Manda, I will play K Diamonds. Okay, anyways, let's do this. Yeah, one of the main differences, the dark oats, is that this one, it either has 4, 6, or 8 spots, not 5. And the grading colors are red and white, not black and white. And the colors are obviously different colors, but I mean, it doesn't matter. They just have to be different, don't they, from each other? Okay, we got one. Let's throw in the green. No, it's not the right one for the yellow. Let's move it, and let's throw in the pink. Okay, I don't know which pink, but we'll pick that one arbitrarily. And let's throw in the white. Okay, it's the yellow. It's one of the pink. It's not that one, though. Because how do I know that? It's because if it was that one, the whites would have nowhere to go. It's got to be one of these two white. That's the red, which means right place, right color, right place. So I'm going to put the pink over here. I'm going to choose this white. And let's toss in the black for good measure, shall we? What do you know? There we go. Hey, Dylan, how's it going, man? You haven't been here in a minute. It's good to see you back. Any news on any of your creative endeavors, man? Okay, we got one here. Do the yellow. Okay, we know yellow goes there then. All right, well, we know yellow goes here. We know it's one of these green. So let's move the blue over one. And let's throw in the pink. Hey, what do you know? That was pretty quick. What do we got? It's still a minute and a half. Although I didn't really start this at the beginning of the segment, so I'll go till about 9 or 8 minutes or something like that. And then I'll switch over to the K Diamonds. And I'm not going to do any of the bigger 6 or 8, just because I'm not in the mood tonight to actually stretch my brain. Wow. Burning through all the colors and getting nowhere. Now see, I could just put in both black and purple, but I find I got plenty of time here. I got 3 more spaces. And I just find it easier for me to do it that way. Okay, well. So, I'm going to say this is one of them. I'm going to say the pink is one of them. And I'm going to move the white one over and introduce the purple and see what we get. What do you know? Yeah, let's do another 1 or 2 of these. And hey, we got a blue one. And we just started off with 1 blue one last time too, didn't we? All right, let's just pick that one. Let's pick this one. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, man. About that 4 weary things are going for you, Dylan. And I've been okay. All right, well, we know where the blue goes because it's already been marked. And now we know where the pink goes because it goes there. And now we'll move the green over 1. And let's throw in the white. Nope. So we know that the blue goes there, and we know that the pink has to go there, and now we know that the green has to go there, and this is either the black or the purple. No, it's the purple. Yay. You know, Rich, I will probably do the lullaby stuff at the very end, just because that seems like a really nice way to close out. I think I might make that sort of a regular thing. You know, like for the last 5 minutes or so, I might just do the lullaby stuff. And what time is it? Oh, you know what? It's time to switch over to the other one, isn't it? Let me go open it up. Let's see, here we go. And let me get K diamonds out. And let me put it over here and do that. Let's see if it's... Sometimes OBS won't see games that I open Windows for when it's... Okay, nope, I'm not going to be able to play K Diamonds. Oh, wait, nope, nope. I won't be able to pick it up unless I restart OBS, and if I restart OBS, I'll have to restart the live stream, you know what I mean? So, I'm sorry, Kate Manda. I will remember to start it up at the beginning, you know, before I fire up OBS, so it'll be part of one of the things that it sees. You know, I wonder why it does that, because it's like 50-50, you know what I mean? Where if I start a window in process, it'll pick it up. I wonder if I tried it again, if it would do it. Let's just do that. And, you know, while I'm doing that, let me do this. Just because it seems silly to have that like that. Let's go here. K Diamonds. There we go. K Diamonds. And now let's go back to here, because I have to have it here to change it. And nope. Oh, wait a minute. Yes, it did pop up. Here we go. K Diamond. Yay. Yay. Oh, nice. Oh, wait, what is it? It would be... Oh, I see. Yeah, I agree with you, but, you know, I liked the way the other one worked because you just selected a color, you know what I mean? And then, oh, you know what I need to do? Give me a quick sec. I need to turn this on. I forgot I need to do the noises. So I have to turn on the audio for it. Give me a quick sec. So that's going out to that, which is fine, yeah. Pop, pop, pop. And then let me say that this should be game sound, and I need this to be not that. unmute it. And let's see what happens. Ooh, that seems loud. Let's dial that back. Wait, okay. Hang on, let me go get my headphones real quick because I can't tell the sound. Sorry about that. See, you get really high budget, high quality production value on this channel. So let's see what we do here. I don't know, I'm trying just a touch. And okay, that seems like a good level to me. How does that seem to you, Kate Manda? You're the one that asked for it, so. Oh, there it is. You said it's okay. Oh, no, I see what it said. All right. I'm way out of sync here with the comments. Okay, so let me know how the volume is for you as far as the. Let's do this. And. Oh, I need to double check here. I might start a new one. Come on. It's not doing it right. Come here. Because I want to start. There we go. I wanted to start an untimed game, so I think I did it now. Okay. I should have looked down in the lower right. I might have had it already set. A little bit louder? Okay. Okay. Is that better? Let's do this like that. Man, I love when you get the big, long chain reactions like that. Oh no, I want to be here, don't I? I guess it doesn't really matter, does it? Because there's no consequences to this. And we'll do that one there. I suppose what I ought to do is, since this is untimed, sometime I should play a version of it, and maybe even record it for a video where I actually really go very, very slow and actually figure out, like looking at the board very closely and methodically to determine where the best place is to try to get those long, chain reaction things going. Hey Kepler, how's it going? And what time are we getting at here? Oh, we're already down to like just a minute. I'm going to start off the next segment with a little bit of the K-Diamonds too, since it took me so long to get it up and running. I think that would be a fair thing for me to do. Yeah, I'm going to make a video of this, Kate Manda. It is going to be in the production schedule, and I'm going to add it to the gameplay games. I might even make it be one of the games I do for Mondays. I don't know, I'll make it once not as a Monday game and see how well it does. Because, I do, every other Monday is Mind Test Monday, but I like for it to be games that do well because I'd like to keep the whole Monday thing being you know, well, it's a powerful day for me as far as YouTube analytics go. Whether I do Mind Test or not, it seems that both like Minesweeper, Mastermind, and Enigma all do pretty well. Hey, how's it going? Is this Mr. Kierman? What in the world? Oh, I know what that is. Oh, wow. We're going to have to be careful of that. That was a horrible noise, wasn't it? I didn't realize that that timer did this for the when I did it like that. Anyway, well, whatever. It's break time. I'll be right back. Okay. And I've been having some hinky issues here. So, all right, I'm going to go back to here. And oh, I don't know, maybe if it wasn't bad for UK Mana, but I really don't like that noise that the timer thing makes. But I need to use the two different pieces of software because when I tried, remember I tried to do them, you know, all the same timer software, and it kept kind of hanging up and screwing up. So anyway, so I just used the two different ones, and that seems to solve the problem. But I hate that noise for the white timer version as opposed to the black timer version. I mean, the black timer version just goes ding. Perhaps I should switch them then if I'm ever going to be playing audio interesting games at the end of a break period, you know, just since that could come up again. Maybe I don't know. I will think perhaps I'm overthinking it. I do that a lot too. Wow, that was a pretty good chain reaction, wasn't it? We'll do this one. And we'll do that one. And we'll do that one. And we'll do this one. It has other sounds, but they seem to only work for the alarm. It doesn't seem like that, at least maybe I just haven't looked at the software, you know, with enough energy to, you know, figure out how to use it properly. But I can zone out on this game really easily. I mean, I can't even hear the noises, but I can still just zone out on it. The little jewels I find them pleasing to look at, and kind of just watch them falling is kind of hypnotic for me. Although, you know what, here I will, because there are different jewels to look at. So here I'll show you the other options. Where are they at? Where are these settings probably at? Probably this one. Okay, let's try these. Now let's do, what is this? Funny Zoo. Does it have different noises? Oh no. Okay. I want to see this. Does this have different noises? Alright, so let's do this one. And we'll close this and we'll see what happens. And right here, we'll go here. Oh, look, there's elephants. Okay, no, it just makes the same noise. Cool. This is crazy. These little animals are just so weirdly silly. I don't know if I find it quite as compelling and hypnotic as the diamonds, but I don't know. I might go back to the jewels, because the other one just seems kind of dull to me. That's the one that when you first get the game, it starts up with, but by comparison to the other ones, it's yeah, isn't that crazy, K-Man? Yeah, I'll play a little bit more Mastermind 2 later. Anyway, I'm going to switch back to the diamonds. And okay, let's go back to these ones. Thank you. I just like these ones better. All right, so let's go back to what we're doing here. Let's move that one like that, yeah. Oh, the other day I started watching an anime new for me. I don't think it's new by any stretch of the imagination for real, but it's called Freerun. It's this like elf mage person. I've been enjoying it. It's got a weird kind of strangely slow pace to it that I kind of like. I mean, there are action scenes, but they're not rambunctious. Mouth sounds equals tingles. You know, I'm not a big fan of deliberate mouth sounds. I don't mind, you know, a certain amount of just natural sounds that people's mouths make, but yeah. Wow, that's good. 12 is pretty good. Vexing. Right on. Yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I mean, I'm only like a little ways in. I guess I'm a fair amount in for how long ago did I start it? I don't know, maybe a week or so ago. I don't know, I didn't think to talk about it on Christmas, but I didn't. Yeah, I don't like the mouth sound videos either, Caveman. Like I said, I don't mind the mouth sounds if they just sort of happen, you know, in somebody's natural speech. I don't like food videos either. What do you think of them, Dark Oats? Actually, now that I think I'm a good chunk into it. I think I'm a half dozen or more episodes in to Freerun. And I think, there's only like 28 or something like that. I'm remembering properly, which I'm a little disappointed about right now, but I think there's like only one season of it on Netflix. Yeah, I agree with you. Well, obviously I agree with you since I just said it came out of it, yeah. Man, I have to admit, when I first saw one of those food, mouth sound type videos, the first thing that came to my mind was my grandmother telling me when I was a kid to not eat with my mouth open. William Charles, you know better than that. Actually, she wouldn't have said William Charles. That's what my mom would have said, because my middle name. My grandmother never really did that, but my mom would have said the same thing too. But what came to mind just a second ago was my grandmother's voice. Don't eat with your mouth open. What time are we getting to? Okay, I'll let this go for a couple more minutes, and then I will switch back over to Mastermind for a bit, and then I will consider some other triggers to do. Yeah, I know I do a fair amount of just the kind of random, like, whistling noises and stuff like that. And I do like click sounds. Like, what's that woman? I can't make the sound type sound. I think it's Hosa, something like that. Hosa ASMR. I can't do it in a pleasing ASMR fashion, but she does it very well. And I like that's okay. You know what I mean? But again, to me, that seems like a more of a natural sort of mouth sound kind of thing going on. It doesn't seem like somebody's like going, oh, look, listen to me just make mouth sounds. It doesn't, like if it's in the service of speech, that's kind of the things I find most appealing, I guess. If it just sort of happens because it's the nature of the person's mouth, like it's moist or dry or something like that, that's fine. But man, yeah, there you go, Rich. That's it, yeah, isn't it? That's the answer. Like that, I just did it. Do these weird little, I especially do, because I don't whistle well with my lips pursed. I can't whistle like that, so I whistle with my tongue on the roof of my mouth. It's still not a very good whistle sound, but it's what I can do. What time are we getting to now? 7. Yeah, you know what? I might come back to this a little bit more, Kate Manda, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch over to, let's get to the right window, you douche. Here we go. And we'll go back to Mastermind. Wait, where'd it go? Okay, there we are. And let me get the right thing here. There we go, so I can play what I'm looking at. And let's go back and get a new game started. And yeah, see, I don't remember who said it now, but I liked the old one because you would click the thing and it would stay the color you wanted it to stay, you know what I mean? Rather than having to, do that and then, well, this one, yeah, you can, I guess you don't have to keep going back. It does stay, doesn't it? What's the one I was thinking of where you actually have to drag them? I guess that's the portable one where you actually have to drag it. And blue, red, and let's stick in the yellow, right? So which one? Let's say red, and I'll move the blue over one, and let's stick in the green, shall we? Alright, well, we got the red and the blue right anyway. And let's throw in the pink. See if pink's in the puzzle. Yes, pink is in the puzzle. Let's just choose the left one. And this one. And that one. Nope. Pink goes there. Nope, so it's purple. Yay. Oh, there you go. Well, have a good night's sleep, man. What was the other? Okay, we have a red one there. And I feel like I missed some comments. Yeah. And all right, let's say that that's there. We know the red goes there, that's for sure. But and so we're gonna have to move the blue one. And we still need to move the blue one. It's gonna go there like that. And let's get the pink one. Nope. I'm gonna say red, and we're gonna say blue. Let's see if the white one's in the puzzle. Yep, it's in, so let's just choose the left-hand one arbitrarily. Let's get those in. Let's drop in the black one and see what happens. Yep, there we go. Sit up straight, Bill. Don't slouch so much. Anyway, what happened there? Oh, what am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing, man. And we'll do the yellow. Okay, we know yellow goes there. And we know the blue goes there. And let's throw in the pink. Is pink in there? Yep, pink's in there. Let's try the left-hand one. What do you know? And nothing for that. And we got a blue one. And let's try the yellow. Nope. Let's move the blue one. Let's throw in the green. Nope. Let's move the blue one and let's throw in the pink. Yep. But not the pink, so let's try the white. Oh, I know these are all in there, don't I? There's only 3 spots and 3 colors, so it's not a matter of checking what's in. It's just a matter of location, isn't it? So you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this just because it's easier to just look at 2 at a time. See, because then I can get this. I know that the black has to go there, right? And we'll just move the white. We'll put the blue in here. And now we'll put in the purple because it's either all red or I'll switch those, the white and the purple. Nope, so we'll switch the white and the purple. Yay. I haven't heard of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Better Call Saul. Better Call Saul, isn't that kind of a spin-off of the, what's the thing where the guy, Breaking Bad, right? That's the chemistry teacher that switches to, or doesn't switch, but he starts cooking speed. What, it's because he has cancer or something, right? Oh, wow. Zowie, that's a lot of stuff to be doing, man, with the pilot size. I had a friend, oh man, this was when I lived in San Diego, when I was first married, so 80s. And a good buddy of mine who was a bass player, and I used to play in bands when I lived down there, and a buddy of mine that played in a different band, but we were really good friends. Anyway, he was getting his private pilot's license. Well, he has it actually already, but and after he got his license, he took me up a bunch of times to, just to fly around, right? And man, one of the first times he took me up, man, it's just really aggravated me when it's like he did a stall and I didn't know what was happening because I didn't really know much about small planes, and so it was like the plane, it's like you could just feel it starting to fall out of the sky, and I was like, what the hell, we're gonna crash. And he's like, no, it's just a stall, but he did it on purpose just to screw with me. But I was like, dude, don't be doing that kind of shit, man. Yeah, I never watched all of Breaking Bad. Why didn't I finish it? I can't even remember. Oh, I think what it was is I was watching it, and whatever streaming service it was on, it left. Is that what happened? Or was that I don't know, I can't remember. I think that's what happened, but I might be wrong. Oh, there it goes. Okay, break time. Here, and I'm going to do this. There we go. And now, okay, so I'm obviously back from break. I'm going to finish a couple more games of this, and then maybe I'll switch to some other triggers for a while. Maybe I'll do some crinkling. I got the crinkle bag. I also have the green gloves. I might put on the green gloves just because you know how much I like the green thing, man. It just trips me out. Sometimes I feel like there's part of my brain that's still a little kid or something, right? Because I just get so easily amused by some of the simplest things. Hey, what do you know? Let's pick the left of the two of them. And nope, so we'll switch them around. How's that? Oops, come on, there you go. And that, and that. I can imagine it might be fun if you're the person at the controls, man, but man, when you're the guy sitting there and you don't know what's going on, and it just sort of surprises you, I can tell you. It was pretty disconcerting. Somebody just went, ooh, upstairs. All right, well, we know where the yellow is. That's nice. And, well, we know there's no pink in it. All right, and again, I will do this and put in just like this. And so it's going to be the yellow and one of the black, and we'll move the white, and we'll throw in the purple, and we'll see what happens here. And then, all right, so I can't switch the white and the purple, so we're going to have to switch the purple and the black. So that goes there. Oh, I should have done that like that. There we go. Oh no, what did I just do? So where was my thinking wrong here? Oh, why did I think I was right on the white? That's what I did wrong. Well, it's clearly not correct on the white, so I goofed that entirely. And so if black doesn't go there, then the black goes there, and then the purple goes there, and then this should be it. Yeah, okay, yikes. Oh, yeah, he talked about those, but he didn't ever do them, which I was thankful for. Oh, he was telling me, what was it? I guess, like when it was one of the first times he was up with one of his teachers. I guess he had a couple of different teachers, and the first time he had a session with this new guy at the time, right? Um, I think he called it a falling leaf or something like that. It's like where you do the thing and then the plane does this weird. I guess he took him up in some kind of plane. I don't know. I don't think it was a normal Cessna. I think it was in a fancier plane or something. I think it was this weird. I can't remember. Maybe it was like he said, "Hey, let me take you up in this. It'll be exciting," or something like that kind of thing. I don't remember. Man, it's like I said, back in the '80s. So. I wish I could remember stuff like that better. Too many years of frazzling my brain and irresponsible behaviors. And we got the red and yellow, so let's go ahead and toss them in where they go for sure. And we know the pink's out, so let's toss in the white. And we got white, so let's do that. Let's do red. Let's do that. Yeah, what do you know? Yeah, I'll do one more of these. Let's do this. Okay, so so now I didn't think about this. Because red doesn't go there, that means that this is the one that was correct when it was that way, so it should be the red this way. And green's not in, so let's toss in pink. Okay, I'll pick the left of the two pinks. And I'll toss in the white. Alright, so it's going to be the other pink. And we'll put that there, and this there, and voila. Oh yeah, that's crazy, isn't it? Yeah, well, there's a lot of stuff that's going to get affected by AI and automation. I mean, that's was always in the cards. I mean, even if you didn't have AI, automation was going to improve, and anything that can be turned into something that's algorithmic or repetitive or whatever like that, you can certainly make a device do it. So green goes there. The thing that I find frustrating is that there's no real policy driving or kind of investment from, well, anybody really, in getting people actually retrained and then placed in positions to, because they've been displaced. blue? How about yellow? And how about green? Yeah, we got green. How about we put in pink alongside the green? Nope, so the pink goes there. And let's toss in the white. Nope, so the pink stays there. We move the green over one, and let's just put in the black by itself for the moment. And so it has to be that the green goes here, purple goes there, black goes here, and pink goes there. This should be the end of that. Oops. Yep, okay. Okay, that's enough mastermind for a minute. So let's go to here. And, how about the beard brush for a minute? Or beard brush or crinkling? Crinkling. I've decided crinkling. Just some basic bubble wrap here for a while. I'm pretty much pro-union, but I'm a leftist, so I'd like to see capitalism dismantled altogether, frankly. Well, yes, here's the thing. And I think they should, fight for pilots to be able to keep their jobs. But I think what they ought to fight also for is finding new positions for people to transition into as the mode of the economy shifts. Yeah, there's a lot of details to it, isn't there? Yeah, so and it will become very non-ASMR. I feel I get very heated and angry about, certain things, but. And this isn't the time or place for that stuff. I like crinkle sounds. What the hell is something on the floor? I don't know, maybe something's causing one of the casters on my chair to hang up. Oh, interesting. Well, I think there's probably going to be a fair amount of technological change about automation and stuff like that, but it might be that, especially because of a plane, like you probably want to have a pilot there all the time, don't you? Just in case, right? You're going to want to have some kind of manual system that, in case the computer crashes or something, right, that somebody could take over and grab a yoke and actually fly the thing down, All right, let's do some other crinkle sound now for a minute, shall we? Let's put that there for the moment. And this is the same stuff that I just grabbed the same stuff I had for Thursday. So paper. I've been really What's your favorite game? Oat? Are you talking to Dark Oats, or is somehow I'm misunderstanding it and you're talking to me? Dead by Daylight. Oh, of all time. Oh, right, yeah, goat, right, right, but you couldn't use goat because I didn't make the connection. Yeah, that makes sense. You know, I don't know if I have a favorite game. You know, whatever game I enjoy playing is entirely dependent upon my mood. But the games you see me play are the ones that I like. Okay, let's get to a different crinkle now. Should I put on the green hands again? I think I will for a few minutes just because it amuses the hell out of me. And here's the head. I mean, I suppose I could put on the head thing too. Should I do that and just be just the beard for a minute? Yeah, why not? It'll amuse somebody. Let's see if I can. Let's take this hat off. How's that? There's my bald head. Let's put the other hat on because it's cold. Oh no. Oh no. It's just a beard. It's a talking beard. It's a living talking beard. Put my hat back on so my head doesn't freeze. Get my glasses back on. Okay. Yeah, I could do some tracing before the night's over. Well, probably not before break time, but you know what? I will just screw around with the green gloves for a few minutes, and then maybe I'll do some tracing when I come back. Oh, this isn't going to work out on the wrong hand. This just aggravates me. Or not necessarily the wrong hand, but facing the wrong way. Okay, let's try it this way then. That's better, yes. Now let's put this here like this. And we'll put this on like this here, like this. I think this is the way it is going to fit best. That's a thing now. Break time. Okay, so I'm back. There'll be one more break at 10, and then that'll be the last break. And oh wait, I just saw that your palm oil. I just saw your question about video games and like. Yeah, I was the generation. I was a kid when Pong and that shit came out, right? I was, the first generation of kids playing video games. Although they were super primitive when they first began. So yeah, I mean, I was there at the launch of things like video arcades and that kind of crap. And when I was a kid, this is back in the 70s, mind you, that I did grow up with computers. Our first computer, or the first computer that I had access to, that my dad had brought home, was an Exidy Sorcerer. The company's name is Exidy, and the model was named a Sorcerer. And it had, dig this, it had in its memory 8K of memory. Dig that. Yeah, so I've grown up with technology. Yeah. Anyway, where are we at now with comments? Kitchen nightmare. Well, thanks for making it here anyway. Any piece of literature I like. Yeah, so which pieces of literature? Anything of the last three, the trilogy of William S. Burroughs. What is it? It's, I think it starts with, is it Cities of the Red Night, and then, what's the other one? Cities of the Red Night, and Western Lands is the last one. I can't remember. It's William S. Burroughs. I like William S. Burroughs a lot. General in His Labyrinth or 100 Years of Solitude, either one of those is great by Marquez. Those are the first two things that come to mind. Anything, I like the classics. I took a course in classics in college. I really enjoyed that. I read also in college, but it just came to mind because I was talking about that. Zora Neale, is it Thurston? Is that her last name? Their Eyes Were Watching God. That was a fantastic book. Yeah, I recommend that to anybody. Their Eyes Were Watching God. Read that book. It's just fucking amazing. And it's a short read. It's not a terribly long book. I don't know, man. I think that memory would not function. I actually get a fair amount of Talk in my play in Spotify. I mean, I never owned any of their albums back in the day. The only songs I really knew was the song Talk and It's My Life. Those are the two that I remember being hits. Which book? Which one are you wanting to know about? The Burroughs stuff or the Marquez stuff? Or Their Eyes Were Watching God? But yeah, like I said, I was talking about the Talk thing. I hadn't realized that they were as diverse as they were as far as their output. Like I said, the only things I ever heard with the song "Talk Talk" and "It's My Life," and those are pretty standard '80s. It was good. I liked it. It was well written and well put together. Oh yeah, that's "Their Eyes Were Watching God." Their eyes were watching God. I have to look up her name now. It's going to drive me nuts. There it is. Yeah, it's Hurston. I was thinking maybe it was Thurston, but that didn't sound right. Zora Neale Hurston. Their eyes were watching God. Well, here, I could just put it in here, couldn't I? I can type it in. There you go. Yeah, so what am I going to do anymore? Oh, tracing. That's what it was. Somebody wanted tracing. Okay, give me a quick sec. I'm going to go because the stone I like to use is over there. Excuse me. Okay, so here's my rock thing here. Oops, wait a minute. This isn't going. There we go. All right. Oh, no, not like that. God, sometimes this stuff just aggravates me. Okay, there we go. Now I can see what's happening and all that kind of thing. So, let's see, here's it's Labradorite, I think is what it is. See if I can get it good so it's not too glare blasting. And I will start with, as I do frequently, I will start with, oops, no, let's get it up like that so I'm not showing you the glare off the computer screen. Here, I'll just go around the edges for a little bit here. Initially here, right? I do a little bit of this here, and then I will do the letters and numbers. Letters and numerals, yeah? What am I going to do here? I'm trying to find a good angle. Maybe that's a better angle. I can't escape the glare of my screens. Maybe I should pick a different material. This is, I don't know, whatever, for a reason I like doing this one. Okay, I'll do letters first, shall I? So if I do A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, J. Oops, I forgot I, didn't I? I, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, X, Y, Z, or Z. Right. Now I'll do the numerals, starting with 0. Going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There we go. What time does that give us to now? So what should we do? Do I want to play with my green hands anymore, or is that enough of the novelty of that? Maybe that was enough of the novelty of that. I don't know if anybody else enjoys it as much as I do. Well, I haven't done beard brush. Oh, you know what? I'll do it after the next break. I think I have a clean mason jar. There's those two there. I think I might. I don't remember. I don't see one on the counter. I'm trying to think about it because I have my ginger bug and the SCOBY and those two. And I don't know. I'll have to look. I think I might have a clean mason jar, so I might do the chopstick and mason jar noise. I know that there's a couple of you that like that one. I mean, I like it a lot. I think I may order a couple of more mason jars and then have one that I just set aside that's just for ASMR. And I don't bother using it for any of my ferment crap. Oh, hey, Orion's built. I didn't see your comment there. I'm doing okay, man. Thanks for coming by. I'm sorry that I missed your comment there. I didn't notice it. I apologize to anybody else whose comment I might have missed or overlooked or something. I do try to keep up with things, but it just brought to mind an idea that it is my sincere hope that I get these live streams, kind of big enough that it will require me to have moderators to help, with answering certain questions and keeping people behaving and that kind of thing. Although I don't really get that many. I think my sister's taking her dogs out. That's what it sounds like. Thanks, palm oil. It is a little disheartening, you know, when I lost access to the first channel. I was getting numbers that were actually starting to look like, yay, something's starting to happen. Right, Anna Rainsville. Oh, cool. That's right on. Cool, dark oats. What time zone are you usually in, and where are you now? If you don't mind my asking. I can never remember where everybody is. Thanks, palm oil. I appreciate the kind words. Yeah, I'm determined to give this thing the old college try, right? Cool. Oh, well, right on. Are you in Louisiana for the holidays? Oh, there we go. Time for my last break. And this will be the last break for this particular thing. So, you know, I'm going to go ahead and do is let's go to here and just boop, that one can go away now. Anyway, I'll be back in just a sec. So for a few minutes, I will do mason jar with chopstick. Cool, visiting family, right on. Hey, don't bang into the microphone, Bill. Oh, is it? Stop. Did it go back to the thing? No, stop that too. I don't want any of the things. Just go back to the normal thing, please. All right, thank you. Heebie-jeebie. I hate when it misinterprets my gestures and the like. You know, at first when I bought the camera, I was really excited about, that as a possibility. I mean, I didn't really have any specific plan in mind to use it as an effect, but it just seemed like, oh, that could be cool, maybe. And yeah, I don't know. I don't really use it. Wow, that's really cool, Nasal Penny. I'm glad that has occurred for you. Oh, the camera I have is it's actually a pretty inexpensive one, but it's the what is it? It's OBSBot or OBSBot or whatever, however you're supposed to say it. Meat or something like that, or I don't remember if it's the first or second generation of the thing or whatever. But so if you hold up your hands like in an L shape, that will cause it to zoom and unzoom. And if you hold your hand up like you're trying to get somebody to stop, then that's supposed to make it do this thing where it follows your face around. You know what I mean? There's other gestures and you can make them do other things, but the control software doesn't run in Linux. So I'm stuck with, vanilla, what it comes with out of the box. So, I mean, I suppose I could take it to somebody else's machine and try to set up the settings that way and then bring it back over here or something like that. But telekinesis powers. I think those types of features are really, truthfully, better suited to channels that are more concerned with conventional production values, you know what I mean? Yeah, I find it very frustrating as far as the Linux setup stuff, palm oil. In some ways it's really crazy because, I don't know, it just seems that, I don't know, what do I know? I know Linux doesn't eat up a lot of market share, so it's probably their only concern is, is it worth the effort of, how many units that they're going to sell or something kind of thing, but and some stuff has some, like there's a piece of software that I could get to configure my Focusrite, because Focusrite doesn't, that's my audio interface. Focusrite doesn't support Linux either. But so some guy made a piece, and I, on my computer before the catastrophe happened, I had installed it, and I found it really clunky to use, so I don't really, I kind of got I have the interface set up kind of the way I want it for the moment, but so if I ever want to change it, I'd have to go use this clunky thing that I find very frustrating. And it doesn't really do all of the things either. It just does some of the most basic things. Like one of the features of the Focusrite thing is supposed to be this kind of weird software mixer thing that kind of comes with it. And I have no access to that. I don't know if I'd use it anyway, to be honest, but wow, that's really cool. I mean, about the guy doing coming up with the drivers. Oh, you mean, yeah. I think it's my niece. Well, my niece and her boyfriend live directly above where I'm at right now, and they're enthusiastic gamers, and so they might have a friend over, or they might just be, gaming with people online. They mostly do kind of online game. Well, actually, she's kind of a board game enthusiast too, so we have family dinners and things. Like, we would have done it on Christmas, but for two things. I came down here for my life, and it's doing the thing again. What are you doing? Stop that. And then my niece and her boyfriend were both sick, so they weren't really with us for Christmas dinner. They stayed in their room because they were, well, pretty sick. Stop with the crap, man. Stop. Go back to just being normal. Thank you. Oh, you know what? We're getting down near the very end. So I'll just babble for a few minutes, and then I will start doing some of the lullaby, the whispery lullaby stuff. Okay. I don't know, 6 minutes too long for doing a lullaby? I'll babble here for a couple of minutes. Is there anything else I wasn't going to tell you guys about? All right, let me think about what's upcoming stuff. Let me look at my calendar, shall I? So that's that. So this coming Monday, so day after tomorrow, is Mind Test. So Mind Test Monday. Oh, I don't have anything scheduled for Thursday, do I? Or maybe I do. Hang on, wait, what the? Okay, yeah, okay. Yeah, it's going to be a brushing video. And then the 5th will be Mastermind. And when I do Mastermind, I like to follow it with a Whisper Mastermind, because that just seems to be a thing I did, and I don't know, appeals to me. So the 5th and the 7th will be Mastermind. 5th will be just regular Mastermind, and the 7th will be Whisper Mastermind. And then instead of Thursday, I'll do a Crinkle video on Friday. And then the 12th is Mind Test Monday Live. I think I'm also going to do another video, which I guess I need to make soon, that I'm going to use, and I'm going to have it be a regular video that will go into Mind Test Monday Live, because the videos do better than the live thing, but I think maybe if I had it be a premiered video that I pre-recorded that won't be my normal building of stuff, I'll just babble about nonsense or whatever. But I'm kind of hoping to use it as a means of gaining traction with the Mind Test Monday live stream. And it's going to be at 6 p.m. is what I have it scheduled for, I think. Is that when it is? Let me go back to the other window. And let me go here. Okay, yeah, 6 p.m. on Monday the 12th. And I think that's the end of what I had scheduled, isn't it? Oh no, after the 12th on the 15th, I'm going to do it. There'll be a tapping trigger video. And so that's what I have kind of scheduled and planned, and I have notes for and all of that for, you know, what I'm going to be doing. So, Bill Aloha siblings. Yep, that's me. And you're here for like the last 4.5 minutes. Anyway, what else did I miss here comics-wise? Yeah, I'm not going to get a Windows PC, Rob. Hey, Aunt Tasmi. Hey, Samwise Clam Cheese, how's it going? Thanks for being here. Okay, you know what? Since it is the end and we are in under 5 minutes, I think I am going to do the start doing the lullaby thing, shall I? So we can be slowed down and everybody can be ready to go get a good night's sleep, shall we? Okay. Do do do. Well, thanks, Samwise. Squiz, the thing for the Aloha thing is Aloha just because it appeals to me because it's the same thing coming and going, you know. There's something because it makes me think of the cyclic nature of life or whatever, you know what I mean? So it's kind of a cool thing. Siblings is because, as you might imagine, being the left-wing screwball with long hair and long beard, I have often called, even when I didn't have long hair, I've often called, you know, people brother and sister, you know what I mean? Probably being, you know, counterculture guy from the 70s, shit kind of stuff. But then, I don't know, it was a couple of years ago, whatever, I kind of was thinking to myself, and I went, you know, there's other people who aren't part of the normal binary, you know what I mean? So I didn't want to exclude them. So siblings is, you know, a general term for anybody. So there you go. It's about inclusion, really. So, yeah, anyway, back to that lullaby. La da da, la da da, la da da da, da da da, la da da da, la da da da, la da da da. That's pretty cool, Rob. So there's the timer has gone off. So I guess, here, let's do this. Let me get back to this thing here. And let's turn this one off. Boink to boink, because it's now over. So is there any last minute stuff anybody needs to tell me before I sign off? I'll give you a couple of seconds to come up with something. Is there anything else I need to tell you guys? I've told you about what's upcoming. feel like there's something I was meaning to talk to you guys about or tell you about, and I just can't think of what it is now. So either I will remember it and make a note of it and talk about it next time, or I won't. Anyway, I think that's it. Okay, nobody has any good questions for me or whatnot, so I'm going to call that, and I'm going to sign off. I hope everybody had a good time tonight. I certainly had the dryer paid me $5 tonight. Man, that's just fantastic luck. Anyway, aloha, sibling.